Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. From last we left off, the Companions of Fate finished off the gargantuan trolls before finding more lurking within the dark along the path to Geralf. As all of you took your night's slumber and time to recharge, Gerald was caught in a frightful vision, pushing him deeper into this vampiric state of perpetual hunger and drive. Terror, you quickly awoke to find Gerald clawing at your chest. Grabbing his arms, his eyes shot open and you watched the deep red in his eyes quickly shift back to his piercing crow-like features. However, Gerald decided he needed time away from the party in order to find something that could satiate his hunger. As morning came, the rest of you, joined by Braum, Drimbar and Red, continued on your path for another 3 hours, finding a large, sleek tower peeking up over the snow-topped rolling hills and horizon, to stumble into the quaint village of Elvic, full of farmers and simple folk. However, the makeshift guard begged for your aid at the front gates, casting your attention to a large barn just inside the village. Terra and Ralof hurled into action while Theon continued with his arcane arts and magic ink. You immediately saw a large pile of livestock, dead and lifeless, covered in still fresh, leaking blood. A large voice emanated, demanding you to leave, only for Gerald to be the source of it, and he created an ice-cold serpent before your eyes, to which the guard charged after being in after being denied the chance to run away by Terra, to then find himself frozen in place. As Ralof attempted to talk Gerald down from his tirade, Terra tried to chisel the man out of his icy tomb, quickly watching him crumble to small pieces. Now, moments after Terra used her druidic magic to push away the intense feeling of hunger and the voice slowly creeping around your head, Gerald, Ralof and Terra leave the barn while your broken ally remains. Upon announcing your success within the barn, townsfolk and farmers alike gather around you cheering, offering you ales and food as gratitude. Soon after, the mayor, a orcish Goliath man dressed to the nines, approaches you, then welcomes you to the glorious farming town of Elvic. And this is where we pick it up. So, as Gerald, you find yourself still in the barn. You feel exhausted, you feel satiated, but you feel really run down in this moment, and you feel whatever Terra had just done helped you, but also hurt you in the same vein. And
with the thing, I will just, instead of like trying to do any magic, I'll just use my cloak to pull myself over when we're exiting.
all right.
And yeah, just sort of let Brom lead me so that I'm just covered as much as I can there.
And you just before you get to the precipice of the barn, Brom just stops you, pulls your cloak to the side, and just grabs the side of your face. Are you going to be okay, little duck?
Just gonna be that small nod essentially if he doesn't accept that.
And he just like kind of drapes your cloak over with your side. Just stay close to me.
How do you interest? Who else sees this?
I'd say just as Red and you are getting out the carriage and making your way into Alvic, now finding all the townsfolk gathered around your party, offering plates of food and ale, you with your extremely stupid passive perception.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Theron, you do notice, just in the corner of your eye in the peripheral, you do just see Gerald and Braum talking for a moment before Braum like tucks him into his side and begins to make his way out of the barn, but curling left tight around the barn, away from all of you. And just having Gerald, basically Braum being the middleman between Gerald and everyone else, as he's just kind of like shrouding him as much as possible. But you and Braum, he leads you just down into a small back alley that's just hidden away. Nothing like there's nothing too sketchy here, but just a little bit of peace and quiet away from everyone just for the moment. just to allow you time to process. For the rest of you, Tara, Rayloff, you are both joined by Theron and Red as you step out the carriage. Drimbar comes up on the wolf as well. And the large half Goliath, half orc man, after welcoming you, and everyone raises a tankard and has a little swig, he then passes his tankard off to one of the townsfolk with a more of a like egregious smile before he turns to all of you. What are fine travelers doing passing through Old Elvic?
Well, kinda on our way to Girov.
The Frozen City.
Yeah, that's the one. I've heard a lot of stories.
As have I. That's why I have no intention of going anywhere near there. Well,
That's fine.
How about, you come back to my place and we all talk?
We could do that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Could I just have a few minutes just out here with the cold breeze?
Fine.
I'll come to you. I'll knock on.
Okay.
Where'd you live? I've never been here. I don't even know where you live.
Just down this road. And
yeah.
At the top of that little hill.
Okay, little hill. Got it.
You go past the bakers, you cannot miss the smell.
I do love freshly baked bread.
And the large half Goliath, half orc begins to, he kind of turns just spinning his coat with him, and just like sets it again, and then just walks very confidently and past everyone, almost as if he's on a catwalk.
Okay. Like he's the one.
He's very much like not only is he pretty much the biggest out of everyone, but you do see him. He is just like an icon of fashion with his like small little petticoat on. He's got a waistcoat and just really, really smartly dressed, especially for Goliath and an orc. Bear in mind you're in like a farming town in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
If we can compare it towards Rayloff's figure, are we talking bigger, like broader wise, or?
I'd say at this point you do notice as he does spin and you get the full 360 view. He's a little bit more lithe, as his shoulders aren't as broad as Rayloff's.
Okay.
You do see some like thick arms like stretching out the material, and a fairly broadish back, but you do see sort of like a rotund little pot belly that he's got going on. You can tell he's probably just a bit comfortable.
Stuck in the town too long.
Yeah.
Fair.
But he begins to make his way down the small road, and just ushering for you all to come with a smile.
Can see Ron as he's walking away from him and flap his coat and go, I can do that too.
Yeah, I'll say we follow.
Okay. All right. Gerald, you and Braun both see your party, most of your party, begin to follow the mayor. What would you like to do with Braun?
As we're sort of getting out, so there's not as many people there. It's such a mess.
Listen, it is going to be okay. And he wraps his big arm around you and just holds you tight. You know I still love you.
Yeah. I feel I just need to learn to love myself more.
We can definitely make that happen.
Would I be close enough here? That's because I would have still just been standing nearby.
You would have been within the crowd.
Oh, okay, I thought they were relatively close by.
No. These two are like off to the side of the barn, around the corner.
Oh, okay. Would I know that they were there? Or...
No.
No, that's fine then. Would I have seen where? Oh, sorry.
No, go
I'll
ahead.
say after. I was just gonna say, would I have seen where Pop Pop's gone?
Oh yeah, Pop-Pop's still within the crowd. He's just right behind you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I couldn't remember if he like moved the sled or if he was still.
The sled is still sort of like just at the precipice of the gates, or the gates, just at the entranceway into the village. You see the sled driver does begin to just like pull the sled and the dogs to the side, but still staying more or less at the entrance.
Whatever Tara's done to me, it's pulled me back. But now I've got to live with, well, everything that's just built up.
Listen, we all make mistakes. I can't tell you how many men that I have slain and wish I really hadn't.
I don't know if this will even come back. Do you really want to just put your trust in someone who could just snap?
Yes, because the person I trust for a reason.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Gerald. Now, should we follow the rest? Or do you want to hang out a little?
Oh. I need to do this. I can't just let them accept all of this praise.
Are we going to do anything about all the blood?
Yes, I'll what's it called, use prestidigitation. Just
And as you
quickly clear myself up.
you see all the blood just
Don't need that no more.
Still looking dashing.
as ever. Come on then. And he offers his arm out to you.
I will link her on.
And you both begin to proudly walk through Elvic into the crowd. Pop is still there on his wolf. And you see him you see on the wolf's back, now he has like 2 plates of food that are just very awkwardly stacked in front of him. And an ale in each hand. And he sees both of you walking past. Hey! Where are you going?
We're rejoining the party.
Why are you going?
Well, I'm gonna have to say some words at least.
Okay, well, give them their best. And he just begins to throw back a couple of the ales.
Just happy with the free food, I'm guessing.
I think it's
Free
more,
drink,
I
more
think
like.
it's more the ale. And he ushers you again to catch up with all the party.
Also, I'll probably follow along with him then.
Okay.
So, also just give Pop Pop a pat on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Don't get too drunk.
Is there ever such a thing?
Yes, I've seen it.
As you begin to follow and you catch up with the party. The large Goliath orcish man does sort of make you wait outside for a moment, as the rest of the party does join back up with you, and you see Gerald is completely clean, no specks of blood left, no evidence of what had just happened on him at all. But just before you get into the house, the mayor just leans down to all of you. Would all of you mind just doing me a really big favor?
Of course.
Just stay here for a moment. I need to clean up.
Okay.
And all of you are left waiting outside.
Is there anyone from the town that's followed us here at all?
No.
No.
You see just down the road into where like more the entrance is, you see the crowd is still around Drimbar, and also handing food to the sled driver, feeding the dogs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Looking after our party.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Is there anything that on the way that piqued our interest, like possibly shops or any particular location? So, well, we need to go see that.
you did. The only real like store that was around, you looked off to the right just as you went down the roadway, and the smell of fresh baked bread and the aroma of just gorgeously stinky cheese emanated from that little store just off to your right as you passed. Aside from that, a lot of it just everywhere looks like homes and hovels. There's really no like advertisements, or there aren't many signs saying, you know, come here, and yeah.
That's a local. Okay.
How long does it take to clear one's horse out of the house?
I don't know. How long does it take?
Clearly, we're finding out.
Whilst this is happening, can I do my bit?
Hmm?
I might as well. It's only quick.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm on my own, I'm just looking at the crack in my glasses, and then I look down at my arms, and I sort of look at them, and I'm just looking at the pulse wave coming from, like, you know, like the undulation of like that beam of light.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in sync with my tattoos?
Well, right now there is no undulation. There's no pulse.
Okay.
The only one pulse happened was on the road just before the trolls. But you look at your tattoos, and you see previously where there are a couple lines that didn't connect. You see a couple jagged, off-cut lines that have just appeared, trying to connect some of the arcane lines and runes across your arms.
Fuck. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Fuck. And while I'm here, I'm going to use 3rd level spell and use sending.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send a message to my sister if she's on the same plane of existence.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't.
I accept the next quest.
I did actually think about that.
Yeah,
I've got another 2 3rd level spells, don't worry.
Party, get ready. We're coming.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be there in a week. Ha! Psych!
The goose is in the hand. The goose is in the hand.
But anyway, what I'm going to say to my sis is, hey sis, miss you. In Elvic to save Geralt and take responsibility for my past. Astral Steps, where are they? We'll try contact you soon. And that's 25 words.
Okay. A moment goes by of silence. Before a voice pushes into your head.
Ooh.
Theron? Please? Help me. And that's it.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm gonna do what any want to do. Casting again.
Okay.
And we're like, what we'll say.
You can count it on your hands if you want.
Yeah, I can't count.
Or does anyone else want to count 25 words?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Hey, sis, what's going on? Where are you? Give me an exact location, please.
It's 14 so far.
That'll do. That'll do.
Theon. He has me in the tower.
Okay.
I don't know where I am. I'm restrained.
You're at 15.
Oh no, the words don't count for on the
Oh,
reply.
sick. On the reply.
Yeah.
Cool. No worries.
He's a DM. He can do what he wants.
True, but still.
Oh fuck!
Please.
Please
help. Help me.
I do have a meta question.
Yeah.
Can the sending spell be interfered?
No.
Okay, that's cool.
If the
That would be fucking horrible.
if the target is on the same plane of existence, they will hear, unless there's unless there's anything like we've encountered before with any kind of like anti-magic that blocks anything out. Except for that, no, they will hear it and they can reply. And there's if that person is dead, you will know when you cast sending, because you will not feel the connection be made.
Cool. No worries.
Or if they're on another plane of existence.
Okay.
I'll use my last 3rd level spell,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll send a message back going, sis, don't worry, I'm coming, and I'm going to kill that parrot motherfucker.
Okay, you said that quickly.
And you just hear back, I'm so sorry.
What? That's even more mysterious. I can't send anything back.
Bitch.
We better long
Use this 4th level spell slot.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. What did she say?
I'm so
I forgot.
sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck's sake.
And she is sorry.
Theron, you look around you just after that, and you see a little kid holding one of these little flagons of ale. And the kid is about like 6, and you see like short like brown hair, just a little tuft of curly on the top.
Hey, how you doing, kid?
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fuck. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck. And he just begins walking off, repeating that over and over.
Well, at least he knows what's going on. Shook enough, I shall go to join the rest of the party.
Okay. You walk down and like a little bit faster pace, expecting them to already be inside and talking, but by the time you get there past the small bakery and cheese shop, you very quickly...
Which I do take a big sniff. I'm like,
oh yeah, it is gorgeous. Fresh and warm bread.
It's the only solace I've got in this fucking world at the
Yeah.
moment, is that bread smell.
But you find your party still waiting outside in this small hovel, just conversing.
Guys,
See me tapping my foot.
guys.
Yes.
I kind of.
Hey, listen, well, I'm sorry for making you wait so long, but it is all tidy now. Come on in.
I can wait till a man
Okay.
ish.
Fantastic. I'll start going in.
Come on, would any of you like a drink? As he begins to, like, just funnel you in. He's standing just by the side of the door, just, like, nudging you in.
You guys are gonna need it.
Tea, coffee?
I can make a pot of tea.
I will take a tea.
Okay, well, everyone make yourselves comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. And as you all walk in...
How clean is the house, or is it...
You walk in, and it is insanely clean.
Rushed?
It is.
It isn't, or it is?
It is.
Okay.
It is perfectly clean. You go into this small living area with a small little coffee table and a few larger chairs sat around it, just facing the fireplace towards the corner. The entire area is almost like a small little, like, log cabin-y kind of little hovel and lodge. Really nice wooden floors, a couple, like, small little paintings on the walls. But Theron, and Gerald.
Yeah, pretty much. It's prestidigitation, let's be honest.
Perception. Theron and Gerald, both of you realize that it's clean, but you catch just a very, very thin layer of dust on everything, as if it hasn't been touched, it hasn't been used, it hasn't been moved in weeks or months.
This is not incredibly clean, like no dust.
Yeah.
Then we would run.
But is there anything?
Can I disactivate Sheila's prying eye?
Mm-hmm.
For this turn?
Alright, and just remind me, for Sheila's prying eye, what are you looking for?
Well, it just grants me true sight.
Okay.
True.
You activate it and you feel that pulse almost like sonar, and as it just, like, casts over all objects around you, you don't see any change.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep it going. I'll just sort of, let the fact that one of the eyes is slightly glowing, but yeah.
Okay. Is there anything any of you want to do while you'll sit down, or you just wait for?
Is there any photos of him and family-related things, or past experience-related things that he might have done and had on show?
The only painting you find of him, a couple of the paintings are mainly just landscapes of Yolderheim, and they're very pretty, like, sort of, with the night lights just rippling across the sky, very pretty. But the only one painting you find of him, you see him standing next to a figure that is taller than him. Very, very slim. Extraordinarily slim. And this figure is basically, you just see, like, just a large coat that is buttoned up and drifts all the way down to the floor. And at the very top of this light brown buttoned up coat, you just see, like, a small pair of eyes with an oversized hood that is, like, draping mostly over the face. But the figure themselves is incredibly slim. Like, I'm talking, yeah, I'd say, like, maybe just, like, 3/4 the width of your body, Terra.
Okay.
From shoulder to shoulder.
Okay, quite.
Is it 3 kobolds and a trench coat?
You have no idea.
Guys,
Is there? Go on.
while we're waiting for Mr. McLean over here, like, I really do need to talk to you about something. I kind of used my sending spell like 3 times.
Okay, so the tea is ready. Who's thirsty?
Oh, what great timing!
And he just begins to pour in each little cup, like, and just pours them all out before setting it down and getting in a chair himself. You see he's got this small little, like, pinny on this small apron as he quickly unties it. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So, what's your name, big fella?
Oh, I forgot I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Vegapath Wildheart, and I am the mayor of Aldvik.
You look very well-to-do in a farming town.
Well, I wasn't originally from here.
Forgive my suspicion.
That is
Where
fine.
were you originally from?
A small place far, far away from here. But I'm here now.
I've traveled quite a bit. Whereabouts?
Have you ever been along Dekun Pass?
The what, where, why?
What exactly? So I was far, far, far away from here before, and now they moved me here, and this is where I am. So, yes, I do. I like to dress up. It's nice to present yourself well.
Hey, I agree.
Who's that person? Pointing at the photo of or the painting of him.
Oh,
This figure.
that is my son.
Your son. What's their name?
That does not concern anyone.
No worries. It's nice to know you have a family.
Thank you.
Wait, so these stories
Stories.
of where we're going.
Oh.
You see the reasons why you don't go there?
Speaking of business. And you just see his, like, smile turn into, like, the most serious scowl. What do you think you're doing in my town?
Saving of our animals?
Is what someone who would be incredibly mean would say to you. I'm practicing for the theater. I have an audition.
Can I insight?
And
Yeah, roll an insight check for me.
And as that's happening, I just telepathically go to each one of my party members and whoever's in there, and I'll just be like, I don't trust this guy at all. Don't give him any information. Plus, I really need to speak to you all.
Gerald, with that, what was it, 27?
Yeah.
You get like slight little glimpses through the facade, and you can see that he's lying through his teeth.
I would like to point my finger at Rayloff and cast message as well. I'll just go to quickly send to him. This guy's sketchy. I'm not admitting anything to him.
So, why are you here in Eldvik?
Well, you know, we're a band of adventurers. We heard about Geralt along the way. We want to go take a peek.
Well, it might be the last peak you get to see, but
Well,
why
that's what adventurers do, right?
why do all of you really want to go to Geralt? I apologize. I interrupted. What were you saying about a sending something?
Oh, I just used sending to send my sister a message, see how she's doing.
Who's your sister? Maybe we know her.
Oh, her name is Clarence.
Roll a deception check.
I was thinking you were going to say it's no discern of yours. Pull the same card as he does.
13 plus 1, 14.
Okay. Clarence is a very unusual name for a girl. But who am I to judge? Just a humble
Indeed.
actor on his vision to greatness.
Indeed, I totally agree. Hopefully you'll get to that dream one day, eh?
Thank you. I really hope so. I really appreciate your support. So,
And anyway, what's your acting group called?
oh, we
Or is it
don't
just
we
you
don't
at the
really
moment?
have a troupe right now. I'm trying to bolster the numbers.
Oh, okay. How many you got in your group? I used to be an amateur actor.
Yes? Oh, well, we have 2 so far, but we are very much looking at least for maybe a three or so more extras, and then we get some people to volunteer to, do the curtains and lights.
Oh, maybe we can run over a few scenes later on.
That would be amazing.
Totally.
So,
I'm sorry. I really don't wish to interrupt this riveting theatrics, but we are just looking for Pleasantry or town, if you wouldn't mind.
that is completely acceptable. It really is. I just have one small question. What did you do in my barn?
Well, if I may backtrack just a little bit further from now, about a few months, I came into contact with a cursed object. That sort of slowly poisoned my mind for a bit, and I may have then slaughtered every animal inside that barn and the surrounding area. But then,
And
my
what
lovely partner met
about
here.
what about Kofa?
That was his name. He is gone.
Great. He was useless at guard duty anyway. He may as well have just welcomed bandits in.
Has he done that before?
okay.
Oh yes.
But you have
You-
nothing
you-
to worry about now. Our residential curse expert here. He's made me better.
Curse expert. Well, in that
is that
case,
it?
here's the curse. You all owe me for those livestock. And I think I would very much like to make sure that Elvic has everything they need and can be compensated for the loss of all of this livestock.
Mhm.
So,
And what would one as gracious as yourself like ask in recompense?
16 platinum and one of your hands.
The hands ain't gonna work.
How about if we find more animals and
No.
bring them to the barn?
That won't do. But we will take monetary compensation for the dead livestock. And there's quite a few.
If you prep it up quickly enough, you might be able to make some dinners.
I already have somebody doing that.
So it's not all loss.
Not so much, but in the long term, we don't have livestock, much of them anymore. Your friend
we get
killed
some
and
more-
ate them. We need to order some more. So, you need to give us the coin to be able to do that.
Can we go with 17 platinum and no hands chopped off?
I mean, the hands were really the most theatrical part of it. How about...
I'm rather attached to them, you see.
How about then 17 platinum and at least a tongue?
No.
One toe.
No.
The little toe. You don't need that
No.
one.
We definitely need that one.
How about a feather? It hurts when you take it out.
Do I get to pluck it?
Okay, you can choose one feather to pluck.
Okay. So, 17 platinum, full of the livestock.
Seems like a lot of coin.
It's a lot of livestock.
Gerald's going to be getting out. Is just going to plunk down a chest. And he's going to grab out the 17 platinums worth of gold. And just hand it over to him.
Thank you very much for supporting, Elvic. And now is my feather time. And he just reaches over.
Before you pluck it.
What?
There.
What did you say?
Just the one feather.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Oh, well, thank you for making sure.
It's my pleasure.
I'm sure you would fit very well down with all of those commoners. And he turns to you, Gerald, and you feel him as his large hand grabs one feather. It does grab 3 or 4 more. Thank you for your feather. And he just tears. And in that moment, Gerald, you've pulled out a feather before, especially like when there's like a small infection. But he just tore 5 or 6 out in one handful, and you feel that raging burn down your back. And all of you see just slight little like pinpricks of blood begin to drift down Gerald's feathered back.
You'll also see his hand his claw's going to clench into sort of like an attack position as well.
As that happens, Theron readies a firebolt.
See, and that wasn't too hot. Oh, put the magic away. You're not scaring anybody. Pathetic. And he puts the feathers in his pocket. What do you want to do? What?
Oh, at this point.
See one?
I went for one. My hand must have been a little too large.
Maybe we should cut it the fuck off then. That's what you wanted to do originally. How about you give us a platinum for it?
How about I just give you a knife so you can try to cut off my hand? I don't think those skinny little arms of yours could even cut bread.
It can't have shoot enough flames at it. I can.
We've paid your toll. Are you going to let us through or not?
Oh, absolutely.
Can we just go?
Absolutely. There's the door.
I'm going to pat the door with my back of my hand to see if it's hot or anything stupid.
What the hell is this? Home Alone?
Yeah.
You just got an M on your hand. Normal door.
Sounds fine. I'll try to open it, see if it's not locked.
It's locked.
Free to go.
Absolutely, there's the door.
I'll show him it not opening.
Oh, it gets stuck like that sometimes. Excuse me.
Do you want to open it?
And he grabs a handle and is just standing behind him. He like pulls a little bit, but his grip just loosens. And Tara, you just catch an elbow, just a wild elbow that is flung back right to the eye.
Okay, when I take the hit, yeah. I'm going to and then punch him in the back of the leg. So he goes.
Okay, so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and make an unarmed strike to the back of his leg.
4 damage.
Still holding the spell just in case.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay. Let's hope that it's... What's this? I rolled a 10. Let me just scroll down to unarmed strike. Plus 5, 15.
Okay, that does hit.
2.
Okay, 2 points of damage as you clock him in the back of the leg. You caught me right in the hamstring. And he like stands up again and turns to you. You have a mean hit.
You have a dodgy door.
Do you want to continue?
getting out, yes.
Okay. I thought we were going to have some fun. Oh well.
Or see if people will leave. I'm going to stand in front of the door while it's open.
It takes sometimes.
Of course it does.
Anyway, high five on your way out.
No.
No? As
No.
he just watches you begin to make your way out. And he offers high five to everyone that comes past.
Gerald's not gonna do it. He's gonna just be out haunting and rubbing onto the part of his feathers that are gone.
When I walk out, I'm just like, I'm acting like I don't give a shit. See ya.
And just as like you say that, he goes, high five? And just as you're about to pass the door, as soon as you say that, and he's just going to go for the high five.
To me?
Yeah, to you. That's
motherfucker. I'm going.
That's 17
use my spell
to hit.
While your spell's still in your hand. Hello.
So.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 17 to hit, and he does. He looks like he's going for a hand. Before you kind of watch his foot like slip slightly, and he just claps you just right across the face. And you
as
take
he does
four points of bludgeoning damage.
As he does this, does he look like he's doing it on purpose so he can do it harder?
Roll an insight check.
Yes, please. Because if that's the case, I'm going to incinerate him. 17 plus whatever me. Oh, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah.
Insight. I cannot find it when I need it. Oh, +3. 17 plus 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you in that moment, just as you get clapped across the face and you look back at him for a second, he's got like half smile, half kind of whoops like as he's slipped. But you can tell he was purely intending to catch your face as like this playful joke as opposed to, nothing malicious, just playful but just over the line. And you can tell in that smile where he's like he's kind of apologetic now that he's done it in his face, but he's still completely intended to do that. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh, well, it's not as good as a high five, but at least you have a souvenir. Okay, well, on your way then. You have a great day. Good luck with Geralt. I hope you don't get frozen.
I hope nobody fucking kills you.
Oh, I'm sure they won't. Okay. And just as you leave, you see his large form peek out the door. Goodbye, peasants! And he just slams the door.
Question.
Yeah.
Goodbye, bad actor.
I don't think Rayloff left. Is Rayloff still in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was waiting for the end.
Are you waiting? Are you still in there? So he slams the door shut.
I would have been. Oh, I would have. I was waiting for everyone to leave.
Rayloff just taps him on the shoulder.
Frick!
Corn. Rayloff, are you leaving with everyone else, or are you just are you watching this scene as he slams the door after saying bye, peasant, and then you just find yourself in a quiet home of him just.
Well, I was gonna say I was waiting for everyone else to leave, and then as I was leaving, I was just gonna sort of just glare at him. Am I taller than him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna glare down at him for a second as I'm walking past.
High five.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the high five, and it's just gonna be a fist.
Okay. Okay. Roll an unarmed attack for me.
Roll an imaginary roll underneath your foot. Shit.
Cool.
You say 4 damage before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I do these things? No, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna re-roll that. 11.
11. As you go for the high five, turn it into a fist and kind of sink below his hand. You just watch him as he's like, and your fist just coming up to his jaw. Very close. Very close. Are you sure you want a high five or not?
I'm just gonna walk out before I hit him again.
Goodbye,
Watch your back,
peasant.
literally.
Goodbye.
Actually, as I'm walking out,
You're-
no, I won't bother. I was gonna, I was gonna put some of the regenerating ball bearings down, but it would have just made noise, so I won't bother.
Alright. As he stands at his door waving at all of you. Hey, Gareth boy!
Who are you talking to? We're all going to gear off.
You little lizard boy. Just remember, do not become frozen and die and become betrayed like all of the rest of the peasants and the scum in there. Have a good day.
The scum in where? Ah, fuck him. He's a fucking dodgy prick anyway.
Let's get out of this town.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so as you decide that, I'm going to bring them if you're on the map. You are currently in Elvic. Where would you like to go?
I'd like to get
Anywhere
level
but
3
here.
spell slots back.
I think we were in, if I'm right, the debation was we would travel to here next, either here next, or we would cross here and go to this side. Which, if I'm right, that's what Pop did when he travelled.
Pop, he didn't come to Elvic.
But he came in from this
But
side.
he came in from Oscar.
Yeah. And we were debating on the look of this doesn't sound good.
No.
Me.
But you all get back to Pop, and he is he's now on his chair with the wolf that's saddled over it next to the sled. Hey, well, it's nice to see all of you again. I've just had a little, lubrication. So, how did the talk with the mayor go?
He's a fucking prick.
That's expected. So, are we going to have settle down and have a little sleep, or?
No, let's run.
Out of interest, is there anyone in the near vicinity watching us, hearing us?
There's a few townsfolk around.
Ah, fucking hell.
They are
Any with eyes on us?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually, one by one, I'll just use telepathy, and I'll just tell everyone what I did, like messaging me sister.
Okay, well, for everyone who hears it, Theon, what does it sound like?
So anyway, guys, so guys, basically I used sending to message my sister, and it actually worked. The first thing I got was, Theron, please help me. So I decided to use sending again, because I need no more. She told me she was restrained in the tower. So I pretty much think we need to get to Geralt as fast as we humanly possibly can. And then I told her I was coming, and I'm going to kill that motherfucker. And then all I got back was, I'm so sorry. That's about it.
We'll do our best to save your sister, Theron.
I know. I honestly thought she got away from Geralt. I was hoping that'd be a side quest for some later date, but it seems all too convenient. Everything seems to be lining up with me going there, and it's driving me crazy not knowing what we're going into. Oh, and I've said that out loud.
Well, I don't know, because Gerald's
I
the only
can't
one
respond
who's
back
answered.
normally. I said that out loud,
Yeah.
like telepathically.
I didn't say I said it telepathically, so...
Yeah.
Well, the message that you told all of us was telepathically, didn't you?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
So Gerald's response wouldn't be.
No, you can only respond back telepathically if you have telepathic ability.
Telepathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now that we know where we're going, which way do we want to go?
I'll trust your judgment, but it's up to the party.
Well, there's really only like... And as he gets out the map and just plays it across his lap.
Oh, what a lovely looking map that is.
I know. There's only really 2, maybe 3 ways.
How big is that chasm there? As
It's probably bigger than you
between
think.
World and the Die Riders Keep.
Between Weird's Wall and the Rider Keep.
It's pronounced Diorider.
Rider.
Headshot.
Between Weird's Wall and Rider Camp.
Yeah, just right there.
It says keep. But continue.
Little girl, I'm getting sick and tired of you. Let
Okay,
me
get
read
on with
my
it.
map! The chasm itself is about 12 miles from end to end.
What about its shortest?
8. At shortest. But if we can fly, or we can do something, and we can get across that chasm, well, we're ever closer. And a lot quicker. If we end up going over to Cradle through Volkov, and then to Geralt, that's going to take roughly about 4 days.
Fuck.
If we go to Weird's Whirl and we're able to cross the chasm, if we can get across, and we don't really stay in Rider Keep much, and we just pass through or just go around and straight to Geralt, then you're looking more about 2 days, maybe a day and a half, depending on how quickly we can all get through.
I'll leave it up to you guys, but please remember, it is of the most dire urgency that we get there.
So, if anything, you should be the one that makes the final decision.
Nah. Mainly for one reason. Something's going on and not quite sure what's going on.
Little
And
girl, listen
Yes?
to me. You are one of my favorite daughter-in-laws.
Why, thank you.
You will make this decision. For Malon's sake, you will pull your boots up and be a woman.
Out of interest, have I heard anything about the Weird Swirl or anything in stories?
Stories of the Weird's Whirl. You've heard that it's the perfect little overgrown village. Only to, again, tales, only to succumb to a very weird curse that lays over the land at night.
I've had a thought. Remember that dragon that I summoned earlier?
Mm-hmm.
With
You summoned the dragon.
Minor details. It's only important now.
Okay.
I could summon it again. Use it to carry the carriage across. And us.
Will it be able to carry all of us?
I'd have to do 2 trips.
If it makes any help, I have these boots which can carry me. I don't know if it would. Honestly, would it even be able to make that far distance?
I've just
far
done the
is
maths. It works.
Oh, what, for the 2 trips with the dragon?
So 12 miles is 63,360 feet. If I use dash, I can get 96,000 feet out of it.
Sounds good enough to me.
Well, how long would that take to travel?
That's not including carrying stuff if you want to go with like lane weight, but it's magic, so don't know what you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Love is enough. It only just makes. Only just doesn't make.
With 30 feet of flying.
This is 80 foot flying.
Oh no, I'm saying for the boots.
For 30 feet flying, it's going to take you a while to get 12 miles.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just wait. We'll just wait for Gerald to do the math, and then
You'd actually get halfway across
Yeah.
in an hour.
Probably the best just to leave it then.
And Theron, as you're regaling like over the tales of Weird's World, the curse itself that lingers across the entire village at night is that any child who doesn't sleep and any child who resists the urge to come to slumber at the time their parents give them will slowly find their bodies dragged out into the wilderness, arms open wide and ready to be taken by the wolves, the bears, and any of the predators of Yolderheim. Can't hear.
Oh, that's a bit cruel.
Yeah. But that's
When did
the...
you hear this story? When you
So,
were
guys, do you reckon we could actually get over there somehow, or is it an impossibility?
It can happen.
But I need certainties.
Unless something comes out and knocks us out of the sky, then we'll get across.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. No doubt we'll fuck up that as well. But let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so across the chasm from Weird's World.
Who doesn't like chasm walking?
We'll be the judge of that. Okay, let me go get on my wolf. And he just quickly wheels himself over. The sled driver gets all the dogs awake, and all of you hop on the sled carriage, and you all begin heading through the small forest land between Elvic and Weird's World. Who is leading? If you want to appoint anyone to lead the expedition.
I don't know where I'm going, but if I can assist Pop-Pop,
Yeah.
I will try.
Okay, roll a survival check for me, please. And he will as well.
That was trash. Let me see if I have anything that can...
I mean, you'll have a cheeky inspiration.
Well, I do have a cheeky inspiration, but I have something that comes back to me every time. I use my lucky points.
Of course you do.
I saved it for that occasion.
I hate it.
Much better. And what am I looking for, sorry?
Survival.
Survival. 18.
Nice. Okay.
I rolled a
And-
2.
and
They could have done okay, do you know what I mean?
yeah, and Pop rolled a 15 as well.
Yeah.
So with Terra, you just getting like calling out to Drimbar from the sled as he's on his wolf that's guiding
I'll
the
show
rest of the
this
dogs.
map as well.
Yeah, he you call out just to like watch out on certain parts of terrain, certain trees, certain parts of the ground and the earth and the snow that look a little bit sketchy. And because of the good roll, you are able to get around all of the obstacles on your way, and the journey itself is going to take you roughly about, with Tara's good roll and getting through the forest land, not really smashing into any trees on the way.
Always a good thing.
Yeah,
Knowing
it will
bushes are
probably
movable,
take
which ones aren't.
probably take about 6, maybe 8 hours to get to Weird's World.
Okay.
So, is there anything anyone would like to do in that journey?
What's
time?
on the journey? Rest.
You do a short rest, or if you
Does that give me any spells? No.
And if you use Arcane Recovery.
Short rest does, yeah.
I could use Arcane Recovery before we go on the thing, and then
Or you could do it
refill
now.
Arcane Recovery
whatever you want to do.
on the short rest. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Is anyone doing anything else? Anything you want to talk about, or anything you've got hours to kill before we get to Weird's World? You all hear the wind either side of the sled carriage, and you hear that. But as you're traversing through, you hear crunches of twigs under your sled. You hear the air kind of like push closer to you for just a moment as you pass like a couple trees where it's yeah, and just whirling past. But you will feel safe enough that the sled driver, with following Drimbar, with Tara's aid, is all doing okay.
I'm going to ask a question for yourself, DM.
Yeah.
For flavour and for general speed, can I use my Mould Earth cantrip in front of us to make it non-difficult terrain? And then as it comes past, put the next one in front. So, because it says I can have 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time, which would make it 10-foot distance. Could I use that as a help for, if not the walls, because the sled will just pull with it, to assist with getting us there any quicker if I kept doing that for the time?
You know what? If you kept doing it,
Yeah, I'd be knackered.
yeah,
but
you'd be
if I
fucked
tried-
by the time you get there. However, okay, so here's the trade-off. What I'll
Go on.
say, you do this constantly, over and over, with maybe like a slight little short rest in between, but you keep going.
Yeah.
By the time you get to Weird's World, you will suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay, I will, if I only did it when it looks like maybe the tree stumps are a little bit too big, or bushes were a bit too.
That would help slightly, but it wouldn't take off too much time. It wouldn't take
Basically,
off too much time.
I don't want to get to exhaustion, but I just want to see if it would help on transportation with it being
Yeah, I mean,
not difficult.
the way you work it out, it would definitely help, and it would. And if you did it through the entire journey, honestly, you could probably halve the time spent. So it's completely up to you. You want to halve the journey time, but suffer a point of exhaustion, and make it to Weird's World in 3 or 4 hours as opposed to 6 or 8. Completely up to you.
What does exhaustion get? Is it just
So the first point, I think.
Yeah, I think it's disadvantage.
I think it is disadvantage on ability checks. Oh no, on saving throws maybe. Let me just have a look.
Sorry to pause.
No, don't worry. No, I'd rather get out now. So exhaustion. Yes, the first level is disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, I will have the heart of the cards now. I will trust my team to support me. I will halve the time by using Mold Earth and taking exhaustion points.
Okay.
But I'll make sure Theron knows that I'm putting in the fucking effort to get him quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll make sure I'll
Tara is sitting front, just next to the sled driver, and continuously casting this cantrip over and over and over, and your arms begin to slowly, quickly die, and it's just you're getting there. Is there anything anyone else wants to do for the now 3 to 4 hour journey?
Theron's just taking a short rest, and he's sort of like looking at you little friend.
While you work, I'm gonna rest.
So I need to get my arcane recovery back.
Thanks.
Batch.
Have you ever heard of a common arcane batch?
Yeah, he's just looking at all the connections on his arms that the thing he's made.
Yeah, you notice at least 6 different sets of lines that were previously separate in your tattoos that are now
becoming joined.
Yeah, are becoming slightly connected, slightly joined, incorporated into other lines and designs. It's trippy. It's weird.
That's about it.
Alright. Anyone else
He
want to do
isn't in a
anything?
talkative mood at the moment.
No. Anyone want to do anything on the 3 hour journey now, or...?
I think Joe's going to be thinking what he's going to say to the party overall.
Okay.
Once we sort of like stop off and actually rest properly.
Okay, so for a very tentative, ride and a very silent journey, just as the time of the journey has been severely reduced, so you're all a little tired, but you're able to reach Weird's Whirl and get just on the outside of the larger, overgrown village. You see moss covering everything, just from the outskirts. And you pull up and you hear the dogs all chattering amongst themselves as the sled comes to a halt. And you all step out, finding that the night hasn't reached you just yet. It's coming, but it hasn't found you yet. And as the mid hours of the evening are above you, you find yourselves right next to Weird's Whirl, the overgrown and possibly forgotten village.
I'll just gently put my hand on Tara's shoulder and walk past and go.
Arms are just like drooped down.
Yeah, just.
I'll just say thanks. I'll just like thanks, Tara. Oh, out of interest, do you actually breathe?
You just see my face like thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's gone dial up.
Yeah, I'll
shut down.
put my hand in front of my mouth and nose.
You don't feel any breath.
Still feeling like death. No.
Ah, still interesting though. Yeah. But thanks. I'd help lift you up, but you'd only drag me down, so.
Thank you.
Rayloff, and a hand over here.
Question. Is there snow?
Eh?
Is there snow around?
Let me.
Well, probably.
Cool.
Is there snow around which area? Sorry.
Just
on
around
the map, yes.
What, in the chasm? Or
it's just where we are right now. Yeah.
Weird's Well, you notice that the snow is around the village, around the village. But you see majority of it green moss over some of the buildings, just from the outskirts, because you haven't entered yet.
Okay,
But you do see some fresh snow that is smattered onto the moss.
Would I know what kind of moss this is at all?
You'll have to get closer to inspect.
That's not a problem.
Really?
Could I see from this distance maybe how long that moss has been there for?
Not from this far.
Not a problem.
Great. The great moss investigator over here.
Just the one that lives with trees all his life.
Batch.
Bitch.
The trees were my friends.
Exactly. I hugged them.
So
they hugged me back.
What would you like to do?
I think we're best off confirming that this is definitely the distance that we think the map represents, and then possibly then think what action a plan's gonna be
Okay.
towards Gerald's transition of jack exploitation.
Alright. You notice with the heavy tree line and the surprisingly amount of foliage that is around your western side of Weird's Whirl, if you can climb, then you can get through the trees. But the easier route would just be going through Weird's Whirl, and kind of the best way I can describe it is pretty much to go in and then just off to the west through, and then you'd be able to get to the large canyon, the frozen chasm.
So unless we climb up a tree, there's no way to get past.
Not with the. So let's say you're looking at the village straight ahead, and just to your western side of said township or village, the foliage becomes really dense, kind of almost like acting off of that moss, almost maybe kind of inspiring things to grow more.
Okay.
And you notice it's very overgrown around, like the foliage around Weird's Whirl is so overgrown you can barely, just like at your height, Tyra, you can barely see over the bushes and the weeds that are sprouted from the ground through all the heavy tree line.
I do have another question, but I need to find a spell that would let me tell you about the question. I believe it's that one. Okay, cool. From this moss that we can see that it's too dense. Would I know that it may, only because I know of the spell, could it be a spell usage of overgrowth? Plant growth, sorry. Could it be the one that's longer?
You could.
The one that's.
You could assume so.
Okay.
But without inspecting the moss, you have no idea.
I won't know.
No.
That's fine.
But you can, not just as a druid, but just as someone with eyes, you can easily see things. And
I see that over there.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that
using
thing.
my eyes.
You just compared to the snow-covered, like almost wasteland of dead trees and hardly any foliage around. Obviously, you looked at this, and for you personally, with the moss, the overgrown foliage, every part of this is a blessing from the gods for you. This is sanctuary in this frozen tundra for you.
Quite like a home away from home.
Yeah.
And indeed, you can see it with your eyes.
Yes. You see the thing using your eyes.
Yeah. That someone gave me.
Pop just sidles by. So, what are we all doing now? I take it we're not all fitting through the overgrown portion.
Probably not.
I'll
Sugge-
pull out the
suggestions?
dancing scimitar. We could chop bits to make it thinner.
It sounds like a lot of time. I'm just going to go through. And he just begins to wheel himself towards the entrance of Weird Swirl, of the village.
Okay.
Are any of you coming, or is it just me going in?
Yeah, I'll come with you, Pop-Ups.
We're going straight in.
Besides, it'll take us half the time just to go in the town and then out to the canyon. And he begins to wheel through. And
I will, while we're walking, ask Gerald about how this transaction is going to work of getting to place and blah blah blah. Because all I know is a dragon spurted out ice.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to split it up into two. One will carry like the carriage with the walls, maybe a couple on the back. Then we'll have to rest, and I'll come back and pick up the rest in the morning.
Okay.
We could just camp on the edges of the canyon, right?
Yeah. Theron,
Yeah.
do you know if there's anything bad down the canyon?
It's kind of like a winter menagerie of different beasties. Yeah, there probably is. Let's be honest. It's cold. It's harsh environment to live in. There's probably something looking to eat us. Let's be honest.
So
It's
not
anything
only
like
have
the
we
last chasm we were in, Terra. I don't think we want to go down there.
That's fine. It's more of the if it's too high up, nothing can come up. Then we could use that as we defend from it on our back. But if the creature's going to come from behind, it's a 360 kind of thing.
Well, we can have somebody looking from behind and have someone looking at the front and hope for the fucking best. Who knows?
Yeah, but
Things might come down from the side.
true. But we will have two parties. That's what I'm worried about.
Rayloff has his protective bubble.
We're true, but we won't have a rail off on either side.
Then we'll split us up in, like, protection-wise.
Okay,
So I don't even get what the plan is. Like,
that's
Are
why
you
we're
f-
asking.
are you flying shit over to the chasm to the other side?
Yes, that's all this is. I'll summon a dragon, take over the first group, I rest, then we head back. And then I
So,
pick up the second group in the morning.
so what's actually carrying everything? Because you've got to carry the dogs, the sleds.
This
Yes,
dragon.
this-
I mean, technically, us we could always hitch a ride on like a rope or something and climb. But
No, we've got to carry Drimbar's sled and the carriage.
so what's actually carrying it?
Dragon. We keep going in circles here, Theron.
Okay.
I can't wait to see this dragon. That's all I'm saying.
The timing is going to be tight. I'm not just going to summon it now.
I have a question. Is this dragon able to be enlarged?
I shall check its stats.
'Cause it says the target.
Well, yeah, it is
Doesn't
a
say, like,
large
the
dragon.
And it
I don't-
also
we
says
don't
it's
always
humanoid.
say that you cause a creature or an object you can see within range.
Oh, no,
To
Uh,
grow large or
humanoid.
small.
Is
As
it
long as
actually a
the spirit
creature
counts
or
as that sort of target.
or
then
an
yeah.
object?
That's all it says based on what's it, and then it says obviously with the enlarge
Hmm.
the target size doubles.
Just
Time for the DM stuff in.
That's why I'm asking the DM.
what can a
Could this dragon be enlarged?
arcanely made dragon? I mean, is it classed
It's
as a
a
creature?
spirit, technically.
Spirit, no.
Yeah.
No, it cannot be.
Okay.
But just as you are conversing through this and you're making your way through Weird's World, you come into almost like the center of the small township and the village, and you see all across the buildings and the ground, you see a small stream running through, and a small little pond, yet with that thick layer of moss over everything.
I want to investigate one of the mosses.
Yeah. And so I want you to roll an investigation check for me. And just
Will do.
just at that moment,
With
as
disadvantage.
Terry, you lean down.
I doubt to roll it the second time. It was a 1.
Nice. As you lean down, and you like get a handful of this moss and begin to like rub across the ground.
Looks like moss.
You look up for a second, and you see Pop Pop standing next to this humanoid.
Standing?
Sorry, sitting next to
It's a miracle!
sitting next to this figure that is kind of like part way, like press their hands against a door, against a building, but just frozen in place. You notice the body itself is covered in this glassy shard like frozen tomb, this tight suit of frozen jagged glass that is covering this entire form, freezing it in place with its hands pressed against this door. And all of you kind of see that, and you see Drombar. What is this?
Why? What's going on, Pop-Pops? Do I see it?
Theron, as soon as you catch eyes with what Pop Pop is looking at, right next to, you quickly dart your eyes across the small center of the village, and you see 5, 6, maybe 7 more of these figures, and you all see these figures are partway through falling over, partway through running, partway through crouching and hiding, but all of these humanoids are frozen in place with this very thin yet glistening, like icy glass shell. And Theron, just as you see it, Terror,
Yeah.
you feel some of the moss just begin to slowly crawl up your hand before some of the moss just and latches onto your arm, which I want you to roll a dexterity saving throw. And just at that moment, let's see what you do.
13.
Okay. Just at that moment, as you find yourself being pulled down and unable to get away, Theron, you see, and everyone sees, this one figure that is right next to Pop Pop, pressed against the door with his back to Drimbar. All you hear before the figure in this glassy shard suit just move, and you just hear that cacophony of from 5 or 6 other different sources before you see a large group of these figures just pull away from their frozen form.
Guys.
And charge towards you. And just in that moment, that's where we're going to take a quick break and come back in just a little while to pick up from there.
Yum.
Is that a surprise round?
July.
Or...
Yes, they'll get one surprise round on you.
Okay, well, I can.
I
do
cannot
nothing
be
then.
surprised.
Well, I have to rage, but I mean, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
well.
gonna rage.
Oh well,
So,
if
so now,
Very rage.
yeah, so everyone gets a surprise round on them, including you, Reloff, because you have to consciously decide to rage.
No, as in I can choose to rage in that moment, and I'm not surprised.
what?
Can you?
Yeah, it's
That
yeah.
would be really nice to know in last campaign.
Missing.
Anyway,
No.
while we go over details, to everyone who's here, thank you very much for sticking around. We're having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. On the trip to Geralt, we are going to take a short break to go use the bathroom, get some snackies. So if you need to, go do the same. And we will see you back in just a short while. Hello and welcome back. As we come back into the game, as the party have they left, as you all dealt with a very dodgy possible actor of a mayor, you met Vegapath Wildheart, who ended up being, just as dodgy as you expected him to be. However, after a slight altercation between all of you, with a wild elbow here, a punch there, and a good hearty slap, you parted ways with Vegapath and Alvic, leaving 17 platinum behind for the dead livestock, thanks to Gerald, and continued on. And as Tara began to use a cantrip of her druidic arcane ability to make your journey a lot easier, you ended up actually reaching the next village, Weirdswirl, in half the time that it would have took. You get there and you find the overgrown foliage around blocking your path, knowing the only way forward is through the village. And just as you enter and Tara begins to investigate the moss on the ground, you feel some of the moss just latch up at you and keeping you down and grabbing your arm. And at this point, these humanoids, these frozen, glassy husks of what was, were frozen in place in different positions. And just as that moss went to latch at Tara, and Drimbar was just right next to them, one of them turned its head after a clicking sound before all of them began to just and unfreeze and stand up. And just in that moment, all of them just turned their glassy non-faces towards all of you and just bolted forward. So they bolt forward and they get a surprise round on all of you. As Rayloff, you don't catch yourself by the surprise, as instantly, as soon as they dash, you and ice begins to cover you in this reactionary rage as all of the husks begin to sprint forward. I want everybody to roll initiative for me.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop.
15 plus 5, 20.
Just wait until I call out the numbers. You eager beaver.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And I will also put I will bring you guys to the map,
Yep.
so you can place yourselves on. I would say you are around this area, towards the bottom.
Are you putting pop on there as well?
Yes, I'm going to put Pop Amber on there.
Whoop, whoop.
But you can tell where I'm going to be rushing to.
Away.
Clearly.
Where am I going? I'm going this way.
So let's get a
Is this Pop Pops here?
No, that's me.
Oh, where's Pop Pops?
Pop, as he went over to one of the small hovels, is over here.
Walking out.
So,
Surely we were closest to Pop Pop than that.
Yeah, because I was walking down with him, wasn't I? So I would have been behind him.
yeah, well, just place yourselves where you think you'd be. As far as relation
Probably
to how
more-
close you were to Pop.
Probably more like here. Because we wouldn't have split too far away in a place that looks so fucking weird.
How
I'll
do you actually
look
move
into
your
you
character?
guys
It's
as
not
well.
moving.
Have you dragged yourself on?
Yeah.
You should be able to just move yourself then. Have you clicked the left hand, the arrow at the top instead of like a drawing tool or something?
Yeah. It's not letting me moving.
Let me have a look. Settings. Yeah, control by Theron. If I change it to non-generic, and then I'll change it to Theron. Save.
Yeah.
How's that?
Not moving.
Let me do the thing. There you go. Can you move that one I just placed?
Yeah.
Cool. Done. All right. So, so they will get a surprise round, but I just want to note the initiative.
Initiative rolls.
Let me just get these.
Matt, I thought you said you were going closer to Drimball.
No, but I was up the path from him, wasn't
Okay.
Yeah.
So, 25 to 20.
20.
20 to 15.
17.
Oh, 17.
Who's got the high dex mod?
Probably.
I
Probably
plus
Gerald. Yes, with a +2 for me.
Okay, so who's...
Gerald.
So
Ray
who's
lost first.
Rayloff, okay.
Also, I will say, if they act before me, I have to rage. So
Yeah, as part
it'll
of your
only be.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I wouldn't have that until my turn if they attacked first.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, 15 to 10.
10.
Okay.
I am so glad I get advantage on my.
Let me just get.
Are we okay to know the scores of Rum and Papa?
Yeah, of course.
Just I'm writing it in my notes. So
One's Rum.
The.
Rum's is Gerald's lover.
No, which icon? Oh, the caravan.
Brom's here.
The caravan. Okay.
Okay. So the order I've got it down in. Theron, Drimbar, Rayloff, Terra, Braum, and Gerald.
Okay, it's not going to be Jumbo, it's going to be Pop.
It's gonna be fucking pop. Okay, so the immediate surprise.
Oh,
Let's have a look.
amazing, thank you.
I'm assuming they're going before me then.
Oh, this is the surprise round, yeah.
No, but I can act on this turn if I'm before them.
You're not before them. Well,
That's what I was
no,
asking.
this is a surprise round, so you can't act before them. Your
well,
rage,
be
your
for
rage
the-
makes sure you're not surprised.
Yeah,
No,
that's what
but-
I'm saying. In the initiative,
I can
order.
move. I can act normally on a surprise round.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm high in initiative, I will be able to go before them,
Go
right?
first.
His heat bonus is it'd be his turn. Heat bonus rage, get out the surprise rounds, and it'd be normal.
Yeah, so
It'd be advantages on us. Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah. They're going to have advantage on attacks against the rest of you except for Rayloff. Okay, are you asking me, do you get a free turn before initiative starts?
No, what I'm saying is because there's a surprise round, isn't there?
Yes.
So I should be. I would imagine that would mean that I can act normally on that surprise round,
I mean, you can do reactions.
rather than not acting.
Yeah, you can do reaction. The thing is, you're not caught by the surprise because you're raging. So
No, but that's what I mean. To do that, I would have to rage, which would be part of my turn.
yeah. So if you're deciding to rage now to not be affected by the surprise, then that on your turn on the initiative, you won't have a bonus action because you would have used it to rage.
Right, but I'll be able to act on the turn they're acting then.
No, you won't. Okay. If it's like you want to use a reaction to use Sentinel or something like that, sure. But if you want to like move around and go and attack them as well, you'll have to wait till your turn on initiative.
No, I get that. Yeah, so it'd be on the initiative. Because that, are you saying for the initiative that's after the surprise round?
It's going to be a surprise round right now, and then initiative order.
Right, but it's acted. It's saying I can act normally on the first turn.
Yes. So if one attacks you right now and you want a reaction to hit them back, you can. No one else gets to do anything for this.
Okay.
First turn. Okay.
Because it's a surprise.
Yeah. Okay. So.
While we're in question terms,
Mm-hmm.
is this moss that's grabbing my arm making me a certain effect? Or...
For you, it is pulled you prone,
Okay.
or you would be
just so I
you would count as prone.
Brilliant, thank you. Cry.
All right. So I'm just moving all these around, and all of you do begin to see this sort of like reflection of the sun hitting these glassy husks, and you notice that they do just almost silently dart straight to all of you. One of them is going to rush up to the main bunch of you with Braum, Terra, Rayloff, and Gerald. Two are next to Pop Pop. One's going for Theron, and another one's going for Theron, and the other one is just trying to make its way over to the pack of you. So, the first attack is going to be advantage against you, Gerald.
Okay.
You're going to see just in this moment a visage of glass and facelessness just appear in front of you and kind of lunge forward. Natural 20.
Oof.
I think that hits.
Yeah, just about. Okay.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You take. Fucking hell.
Roll.
Hold on. Gerald, you take 30 points of piercing damage.
Me?
Oh!
As just before this visage lunges forward, you look down and you see both of its hands and almost like transform and meld into, like the fingers meld into one long spike, and it just almost like the Liquid Terminator, right?
Yep.
And just
But with glass.
yeah, but glass, Glass Terminator, as it just lunges into your body. Thank you, Crystal Terminator. That's their attack. One attack is going to be against Braum with advantage.
Also, I'm hitting the one that attacked Gerald with Sentinel.
Okay, go for it. Roll for an attack for me. And that will hit with a 19.
Jesus Christ.
That's a 13 to hit, Chief.
13 to hit, unfortunately just misses. As you go to hurl your weapon towards them, and in this moment you see them not even looking, they just duck down slightly for a moment before coming up again and looking towards you, Rayloff. Let's see, that is... Oh, fuck. Okay. Braum takes a big hit already.
Fucking well. Just in general terms, do Pop Up and Braum look quite healthy at
They
the
do.
get-go before these hits? Yeah.
They both look like the normal, like, sturdy, like thick, hardy dwarvish. And you notice as this one lunges just into the ribs, you just see a Braum Fine. And it pulls out
Myself.
and yeah, and you do see he is winded by it. Partly in so the surprise, more so than the hit. But it's you can tell it's a big hit. One is going to go for you, Theron.
Yeah.
That is a non-natural 22 to hit.
For fuck's sake, I'm dead.
Oh, you got more health HP than
You
I do.
know what, funnily enough, actually, that was one of the lowest rolls we've done so far.
We'll take that.
That is
Go on.
16 points of piercing damage.
Is that doubled?
No?
Oh, is it a non-natural?
No, natural 22.
Yeah. It was 22 to hit. It hit you. You take 15 points of piercing damage. Damage. And yeah, okay. And these two at the top next to Pop Pop are going to make attacks against him, flanking, which doesn't matter. He's surprised anyway. First one misses as they dart forward, and you notice just in that moment, you see Pop Pop kind of like rear back his wheelchair, like kind of tilting it up, and flicking part of the front of the chair like towards the oncoming attack, and it just like reflects off or deflects off. The second attack from the other, yeah, okay, that is definitely gonna hit. Okay, right. Okay, he takes a tough hit as well. But it's still not out. You do see though, as he flicks his chair to deflect the attack, then from behind him, you just see this husk just dart up behind him, and then just with this long spiked hand, just like jam straight into where his collarbone is, and you hear Pop Pop's cry echo around this empty village. But this is where we're going to start the initiative order. So, Theron, you are up first with Drimbot on deck, then Rayloff. So, Theron, what would you like to do?
I have a feeling that they can get to me anyway, so I might be down in a minute. I will aim for this one here.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use Firebolt.
Okay, roll with disadvantage for me.
11 plus 8.
I will ask the DM a question.
Yes.
What's Pop Pop's and Brom's level?
Same as you.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
I rolled 11 plus 8 and a 10 plus 8.
Okay, so yeah, both hit. It hits.
Yeah. I've got a 10 and an 8.
Okay, you're doing Firebolt once. What's the 10 and 8?
Oh, because I'm. If you pass level 5, you get to roll 2d10, not 1d10.
Nice. Okay, cool. So what's the total number? 18.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're trying to like evade this one, and the only reason disadvantage was because you're right next to one of the husks. As they are trying to like get at you, you hurl your hand forward and cast a firebolt that.
And as I do it, I'm like, I'm sorry.
And as you do, you notice as it hits, and you just watch all the glass on one half of its body just shatter for a moment, and just in the air, these shards begin to just float for a moment. And then in a moment, about 17 shards just slowly begin flying back at you, and leaving this husk half, just completely cut in half almost. And as these little glass shards begin to fly at you, you notice as parts are still on fire, and just before they get to you, they all just begin to drop onto the ground at your feet, just sand.
Okay. Well, that was weird. And I shall... No, it's not really. Can I go around this character? Who's next? Oh no, attack of opportunity.
No, you can go around as long as you keep the same distance. As long as you stay in melee range, you could go from where you are to like here. Or here to a degree, yeah.
Yeah, but if them two fuckers hit me, I might be dead next round.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stay here, man. Whatever.
Okay. So you stay put. You see the one glassy frozen husk, which is now half of a humanoid. Not perfectly half, but just all jagged bits of glass that's formed its body are missing. As the other hand and leg is just still, like, just hobbling it forward. Up next, Drimbar is up with Rayloff on deck, then Terra. So, Drimbar, you just hear that. Come get me then! And he just begins to scream loudly as he pulls out one hand axe in each hand from his chair, and he is going to go into a rage.
Yeah.
And he is going to make 2 attacks against the husk in front of him. Okay, the first one does hit, the second one does not. You see as Pop Pop screams, and you see for the first time, like, proper, like, old man strength in this moment, as all of the veins behind his beard begin to just burst and pop open, and he hurls one axe in front, and the husk just dodges it before coming back to the same place. And just as they come back to the same place, Drimbar just slams one axe deep into its head, and you see the head itself just, and all the glass shatters away before and all these glass shards just dart towards him. He's going to need to make a dex save. Okay, which he does succeed, so he takes half damage.
Nice.
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 Nice. Oh.
Did that full kill affect anyone else? Like, did they look like, oh shit, like they're connected at all?
No.
No.
Not in that moment.
Cool.
Alright, so Pop takes these glass shards, just like, you notice a couple of them do bounce off of his small armor in his large thick chest, and like have partly torn his clothes down his arms. Get away! And as he screams, he's going to use Intimidating Presence.
Nice.
So for the 2 around him, they're going to need to make con saves, I think. One's failed, the other does succeed. So the one who hasn't attacked him yet, on their turn, well, actually no, immediately. Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. So their attacks are going to be disadvantaged. You see the one who has no head now is still just standing there, waiting for the next opportunity to attack. And the one behind him is going to make attack on Pop Pop. Actually, no, wait, sorry. No, I'm speaking out of turn. Yeah, Pop Pop. Yeah, so he's done 2 named persons, 2 attacks. It's raged. Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, Pop Pop's is done. He is actually going to... no, he's just going to stay where he is. And just at that moment, Rayloff, you see Pop Pop just after a couple of attacks and after taking these glass shards into him, you just you look over and you see him staring at you with just like some drool and spit just coating down some of his beard. You stand and fight. And you are up now, Rayloff, with Terror on deck. Rayloff, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna... How far is this? How close is this one here? It's 10 feet. Right, I'm gonna do 1 attack each on these 2.
Okay.
With my halberd, because I'm already raged, aren't I?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I won't do it with my halberd. I'll do it with me axes.
Okay.
Actually, I'll do it with my mace and axe.
Okay. I'll just assume you took the time to make sure you got your mace and axe out, as opposed to swapping weapons mid-combat.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Roll those 2 attacks for me then.
25 and 28.
Both hit. Roll for damage for me.
So the flail I'll do on the top one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. That's 10 blunt damage.
Okay.
Blunt.
As you hit bludgeoning
damage,
and you
yeah.
hit down across the back, and as you do, you see that part of the midsection just. Gerald and Terra, I want both of you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Can do.
Is it technically a ranged attack?
Nope.
It's 21.
Okay.
Nice.
Dex, sorry.
Yes, please.
15.
Okay, both of you succeed, which means you only take half the damage, but you both of you take 1 point of piercing damage as some of the shrapnel of the glass that is being jettisoned out away from Rayloff's hit in this form just catches you guys, like just a slight little on your face or your arm, and you just bitch. But yeah, so Rayloff, you notice.
Actually, I'm gonna have to hit that one.
You notice that form is just, and then the other attack on the other.
Well, I've just thought I'm gonna have to hit that one because I don't have the range, do I?
Okay, go ahead. Second attack on that one. Oh yeah, I already hit. Roll for damage for me.
That's a bit better. 13 slashing damage. That one is.
13 slashing as you bring your axe back and slash, cutting diagonally just part of its midsection and shoulder. Again, just Terra and Gerald, dexterity save for me, please.
Yep. Can do.
Can do.
Not as good.
8
12.
this time.
8 and
12.
okay, you both fail. You're taking the full damage. Both of you take 7 points of piercing damage as larger parts of the husky glass form are jettisoned towards you. And just at this moment, you notice that Rayloff, and also I'd say Gerald in this moment, because you're high perception, you would see a small, just iridescent blue, solid like rock that was previously you saw in the center of this form before it dropped to the ground. Some of the glass dropping with it, but a large section of these shards of glass still floating in the air, and so I want you to make 2 dexterity saving throws for me, Rayloff, please.
Well, this is on top of the one it already did.
No, this is what what happened to your allies, completely different.
Okay.
This is the aftermath of you hitting it and hurting it. So, 2 deck saves for me, please.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I get advantage on it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
9 wasn't great.
Okay, first one you fail. So you will take 12 points of piercing damage, reduced to 6.
Yeah.
And second dex for me.
That's better. 21.
Yeah, you succeed, so half damage. That's 4 points, so reduced to 2.
Reduced again because he's rich.
Actually, yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. Okay, 1 point of piercing damage on the second one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Rayloff, do you want to move or do anything? You do notice that the one right next to you, there's no form left. You just see shards of glass left on the ground, and that small blue rock or crystal, what you can tell.
Can I use my 2-weapon fighting attack on the bonus action to attack the pebble then? That's there. That counts as
I'd say
enemy.
so. Yeah. Roll a melee attack with advantage for me.
Okay. I'll be with the flail and 26.
Oh yeah, easy. Don't even need damage roll. As you slam the flail down with it offhand, and you crush the small little pebble, and it turns to dust. Just in that moment, you watch all of the other husks. You just hear cacophony again, and all turn towards you. So.
Is that one still standing? Oh, that one's gone.
He's gone. Terra, you are up with Braum.
Can I move?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Move wherever you would like.
So I'm just gonna shout out, break the orbs. And I'm gonna move.
Hold the door.
Hold on.
Hold the door.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, I'll move there.
Fly, you fools. Okay,
Off the side.
Alright, so you sprint over to the screaming, foaming at the mouth Pop in his chair with a hand axe in each hand. Awesome. Terra, you are up with Braum on deck, then Gerald. So, Terra, what would you like to do?
Lovely. I would like to pull enough on this moss to get me up from prone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's half movement.
Yeah, just for flavour's sexiness, I'm going to pull out my dancing scimitar and cut the vine.
Yeah.
To release me up. I'm going to stand like trud, like I was crushing something on the ground. Like, fucking die. And then I'm going to pull out of my component pouch a little pinch of iron. That's still powdered iron. I am looking at Rayloff, but my thought is I won't pop up to live. I'm going to become my champion, and I'm going to like roll underneath the moss that is on the floor around bricks and things. It's going to separate while a deeper, lighter green is going to run through the path, and it's going to, if obviously Pop-Up is happy with it, he's going to enlarge.
Okay, yeah, you
So
roll the
you've got to
small
be
bead after declaring your champion, and you watch all the moss in that straight line, just as it's going through, just opening up, and the brickwork underneath kind of just almost indents underneath as well. As it reaches Pop, and all of you hear that, and it's just a lower set. You see a large Pop and chair in tow with
I
these
was just
large
about to say.
axes,
That is his weapon.
just looking down now at the glassy husks, looking down at you, Rayloff. Awesome. Do you want to move or do anything else on your turn?
On my movement, I would like to move. Let me just go to snap to center. To be behind this glass figure, so Brom has a better chance of hitting something. I want to be on that.
Yeah.
On this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's snapping me there.
Oh, hold on.
I can bring you into that one. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to move it then. Do you want to do it again? Grand, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But as I'm moving there, I'm grabbing my dancing scimitar and I'm going to throw it out with my bonus action towards Pop's behind glass figure.
Yep.
And my scimitar's going to attack.
Okay, alright. Roll for the attack for me. As you launch it out, and as soon as it's on the sheath, you let it go, and it just and goes for the attack.
Yeah. Obviously, from this distance, I won't be able to see this gem light because I've seen it from the floor. But I'll just aim for somewhere to see if it'll crack an arm off or a piece of limb off.
Okay, sure.
8 plus 6, 14.
14 is exactly what you need.
Amazing.
So roll for damage for me.
Yeah, can do. Does d6 plus 2. 5. It got 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
If that makes any
As
sense.
the scimitar just and it just smashes into the back of this glassy husk, and one of its arms shatters open. Pop's going to make a dex save. It easily fucking makes. It takes 2 points of piercing damage as the shrapnel slashes out towards him.
Is this 2 being 1 because he's raging?
Yes. Ignore me. Yes, thank you.
I want Paul to live. I've told you.
Yeah.
He's my champion now.
And just in that moment, you see that glass of the arm that is now not there begin to, like, the shards just begin to turn towards you, Terra, in the air.
Yeah.
Before... and they all come flying at you. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Young will do. 14 plus 2, 16.
16. You succeed. So you take half the damage, 8, so you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Not a problem. I won't cry about that.
Okay, awesome. Alright. It's Brom's turn, unless you want to move any more, Terra.
That would have been my max movement with getting up as well.
Okay,
So,
alright.
Thank you.
So, Brom, at this point, you see him pull out what looked like the handle of an axe. And as he pulls it out, you just see the other hand, Gerald, as you're right next to him, you see him pull out this like small little stick that looks like it should be a handle for something, before he just pulls it out and it extends to just a full staff. And he looks over at you. I'm sure we will have fun together. And he just begins passing over this staff over his shoulders and under his arms, and just begins spinning the staff. Really just showmanship at this point, as he just begins to like playfully flourish with the staff before he cracks the he goes for a crack on the husk. It does hit, as the one crack hits and the glass. Terra, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Yes, I can. Right, well. Non-natural 20.
Nice, okay, so you succeed, taking 4 points total of piercing damage. As well at that point, Gerald, you witness with unnatural speed of this sort of muscular, taller dwarvish figure with the staff. After that one crack, you just see instantly, just behind the staff, you see one fist go forward towards the husk again. Unfortunately, that doesn't hit as the husk.
Is this rolled with advantage when we flanking at all? Or?
Ignore me. Hold on.
Sorry.
Still misses, but good luck.
No, thank you.
And he is going to.
He tried.
Yeah.
Try.
Braum is going to use 2 key points for flurry of blows, as he puts just puts the staff down, resting against his foot, and you just see him just straight away and he's going to launch his fist towards the husk with advantage. And with advantage, it hits.
Nice.
The second one. Just breaks straight through the husk's midsection, and you see blood just across Braum's arm as it scrapes across the glassy shard interior hole that he's just made. And at that point, as the entire form opens up and breaks open with an entire form's worth shards of glass floating in the air, just as you see the small cyan pebble diamond just hit the ground. You see Braum using the second strike of flurry of blows to just bring his leg all the way up with a flourish of his arms and stomp down onto the pebble.
Yeah.
And at that point, all of the shards of glass of 2 rounds worth, or 2 hits, just go towards him. So he needs to make a dex save. He fails the first one.
Graphics.
Fuck, and fails the second. So the first load of damage, that is 14 points of piercing damage. And the second is 9 points of piercing damage. Gerald, you watch as Braum finishes the stomp, and then just as he looks over to you and is about to smile, you see shard after shard of glass. They just almost like machine gun him down in that moment. And you just watch Braum, and he slams down onto the ground, unconscious. And you see just bits of glass jammed into his face, neck, midsection, arms. The staff just kind of rolling off to the side. But Braum, unfortunately, is unconscious right now.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Probably not. I'll measure though. Yes, he is.
Can I use Chronal Shift to make the things re-roll as a reaction?
What, for him to do another dex save?
Yeah.
Sure. And that actually makes what he needed. Okay,
Yo.
yeah. So,
He's not
the
unconscious.
reduce 9, 3, 4. Yeah, he is still conscious. In that moment, as Theron, you watch all of this, almost like this fog cloud of glass begin to sharply shoot towards Braum. You cast your hand out, and in the reaction, you see him drop to the ground, lifeless, before... and with enough vigor, you see Braum's body just quickly rewind, and all the glass shards come out.
As it's happening, I'm like, at this time...
And you, luckily, you're able to give him a second chance before the glass. Some of it misses him, and he's able to just tank it a little bit more, and stands proud, turns to you, Gerald, with that smile. like bleeding still from the face and like some of the glass stuck in him, before he just like kicks up his knee, bringing that foot up and kicking the staff up to his hand. And he just flourishes once more. It's your turn now. What would you like to do?
Gerald is going to go, "Companions, hear my voice. Let my words heal you," as he casts Mass Healing Word. 1 to each of everybody. At 4th level, we'll cast this as well.
Okay.
So every single person is going to get 7 plus 4, 11 points of healing.
Nice.
Including myself.
Including me, yeah.
Yep, everybody.
Cool, cool.
That's Brom, Drimbar, and everyone. Happy. And
Question: where's Red?
She stayed in the sled.
She's a bitch.
creepy ice statue's not happening. All glass. Right, what's
I'll be having
distance there?
conversations with that woman.
Yeah. He's now going to run down there and just like, "Viram, close your eyes," and he's going to spin, drawing out Alistair and using 2 charges to cast the lightning bolt across past those 2 creatures there.
Okay, awesome. Roll
Straight through there.
And they are what, dex saves?
That is a dex save. I shall the spell.
I have a feeling they're going to pretty good
The,
next.
the first one got a natural
Yeah.
20, making it
So
a
it's
24.
Okay, that's not.
Okay.
The,
Definitely saves.
the second one, 15.
Oh, what's nice? Fails just.
Nice. Okay, so I'll say the first one next to Theron got the 24, and the closest one got the 14. So
Okay.
roll damage and
6, 12, 16, 18, 19, 20. Hold on. 25, 27, 29 points of lightning damage to the top one. Sorry, the full damage one. And then half of that's what? 14? Yeah,
Yeah.
14 for
Okay.
the one that saved.
Theron, you hear Gerald scream, "Close your eyes," as he pulls out the large sword and just jettisons this
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
He just jettisons this bolt of lightning straight through both of these husks. The first one, instantly, Gerald, you notice just the entire form just, and it just the whole form just explodes into those floating shards of glass. You don't see the gem there, not anymore. And
It got obliterated.
and the second one gets hit just partly for the other half of its body, leaving just this very slim, kind of jagged midsection, almost as if like the spine was on the front and it's connecting the front and the back of the body on one leg, and the other arm. Theron, can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Don't want to.
Please?
Yeah.
I'm being nice about it.
Ooh, 18.
18.
Plus 1.
Nice. Plus 1. You succeed, so you take half damage.
You needed that plus one.
Oh, no damage. No damage.
That's 3 points of piercing damage. to you
I'll take that.
as the shrapnel of glass from the hit hits you. However, Gerald,
Yes.
in that moment, you see a large cloud of glass just hovering next to you, and one smaller cloud of shards of glass floating next to Theron, and both large cacophonies of glass, these amalgamations of darts, all turn to you and just a raging storm towards you. I want you to make a you've got 3 dexterity saving throws to make. So first one, please.
Number 1, 24.
You succeed, so that is half damage. You take hold You take 4 points of piercing damage on the first.
Okay.
Second one.
Number 2, 8 again.
Failed. You take full damage.
With that,
Yeah.
I want you to use my inspiration point.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
10.
Still fail. Good shout though.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
We went up by 2. I can't deny it helps in some way.
You take 14 points of piercing damage. And now the last one.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, sorry. That's at 10 again. Fucking hell.
And I can't use my other chronostasis thing.
It's all good. We'll see how this goes.
You take 16 points of piercing damage on that last one. As the shards of glass impale your feathered form.
How are we feeling?
How would I describe it? He's
Half of
taken a
that.
decent hit, but he's still got life left in him.
Amazing.
Okay.
He has at least one. That's
Gerald, is that everything you want to do?
Bonus action, most of my movement. Gerald will actually move 10 foot. Yeah, we'll use the last 10 foot, go back up this way a bit more.
Okay. Alright.
And that'll be everything.
Good stuff. Okay, so at the end of the round, I want everybody to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, fuck it, use me good one up.
Would I get advantage on this?
What, being danger sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. So, everyone's rolled, yeah?
You did it, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Raise your hand if you got 13 or less. No one.
No one. Nice.
Okay.
Is
So,
this included with the Roman
19 I rolled.
oh, actually, that's a good call for Braun. And, oh, fucking Braun, no. Pop.
fucking Brom.
Pop makes it.
Fuck. Are you sure this is your right lover, Gerald?
all of you look down and you just feel like a heaviness on your feet, and you look down and the moss is just trying to cling around your feet before you quickly dart away for a moment and just stomp it out. Braum unfortunately doesn't catch this as he's like panting and just like looking and watching Gerald innately as he fights. Before Gerald, you notice the moss kind of turns into these tendrils and just reach up over the shoulders of Braum, wrapping around his neck and pulling him down prone to the ground, choking him. So he has +2 on his con, so he's got 3 minutes of air.
Yum.
Okay, but starting that, it is the Glassy Husk's turns. So this one is going to just dash straight over towards you, Gerald.
That square is my sword.
Yeah. The one husk that was hit by the intimidating presence is going to try and move away.
Yeah, I'm going to sentinel attack it.
Okay. Roll a attack for me.
Yeah. 28.
28 definitely hits. Staying right where it
28
is.
moving.
Roll for
That
damage
is
for me.
14
14.
blood damage.
You
Bludgeoning.
you smash with the flail as it tries to run, taking out both of its legs, and I want you to make and Pop's going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Boy, advantage.
He fails.
14.
14, nice. So Pop takes 10 points of piercing damage, and you take 5 reduced to 2.
Nice.
Pop is still standing thanks to the enlarge.
Yum.
And yeah.
It feels like it does. You look like it's gonna pass away?
No, not yet.
No. Good.
you see that husk as you stop it. It gets one of its arms and it just makes that sharp point, and it's just going to lunge towards you, Rayloff.
To use it to dash.
Sorry?
It didn't use a dash.
No, it went to get away, went to move away from you.
Oh, sorry. With you saying it's gonna dash away, you were saying I thought you meant.
No, that was for Gerald's dash to him.
Oh, okay.
So the attack on you, natural 20.
I would like to use my reaction to use
fuck
silvery,
off.
Silvery barbs, please.
Okay.
I love silvery barbs.
Please re-roll that d20 and use a lower roll.
Get a 1.
I got a 5.
Oh,
5.
So,
nice.
yeah, it's like a 8 to hit. I hate you, Gerald.
And from that, I am going to give myself advantage as well.
Okay.
My next thing.
Motherfucker, okay.
Barbs.
Alright, the husk on the other side of Pop Pop is going to try and make an attack towards it. Or towards him. Doesn't matter now. No, doesn't it? You notice just as it lunges, you hear the enlarged Pop Pop. No, you don't. And like he just wheels his his wheelchair partly over a part of the husk, and it just breaks off the sharp sword or the sharp spike end. The one next to you, Gerald, is going to make one attack.
Okay.
And that is that's like a 7 to hit.
Nope.
I'm going to use a different dice for the next one. Okay, so that attack, Gerald.
Keep using that dice.
Yeah, Gerald, you don't hear any breath, but you hear the depression of the moss underfoot as you turn your glance and you see in your peripheral that one visage just lunging forward, and you quickly dodge out the way. Theron, the one that is just barely hanging on, is going to, with both of its arms gone.
Yeah.
You notice its head just begin to and just meld itself into this long, sharp point, and it's just going to unicorn headbutt you and try and stab you that way. Okay, there you go. See, 21 to hit.
No, doesn't it?
Shut up. All right, you take. Not bad actually. This is the lowest roll we've had. You take 9 points of piercing damage from its attack. That's their turns done. None of them are going to move, can't attack anymore. They're done in rings. So, top of the round, Theron. What would you like to do?
I'll take an attack of opportunity. Because I'm going to move.
Alright. So, you go for the move, and I'll roll the attack. There's a...
Can I go through this pond, or is this...
Yeah, you can go through the pond.
You're very wet though.
Well, you notice at least the husk that ran across it before. I should have said this before, but no one went up to him straight away. The moss that covers the pond, it allows you to tell it's a pond and see some of the blue through it. But the moss is just collected so much and is so thick, it almost makes this sort of trampoline, bridge almost.
Okay.
And Theron, that is a 19 to hit for the attack opportunity.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll leave that. What was it?
19 to hit.
Oh, yeah. In a minute. Oh, no, have I got my reaction back now?
Oh no, it's at the start of your turn.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, no, my turn. That's not it.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, ignore me. Yeah, it is your turn, so you get it back, yeah.
In a minute, let's have a look at shield, because I haven't used it. In like a million
It
years.
gives you +5 to your AC.
What would that bring it back? No, I'd still get it, wouldn't I? My armor class is 11.
Yeah, you still get hit if it's a 19.
Okay, just rolling.
Okay. You take 12 points of piercing damage. from that attack.
Just want to add in, Matt, GJ, you learn shield.
as you run away, you do catch this sharp spike from the head as it just lunges again like a fucking horned seal. As it jams straight through your thigh and through your hamstring, as it catches you on the leg as you're about, and it catches it, but you're able to get away and continue, and you hobble away.
And then I shall use Firebolt, and I'll go for hit. Are we still doing disadvantage?
No, because no one is next to you.
Ah, cool. I rolled 2 anyway, just in case.
Just roll one for me.
I've already done it before. I think I'm trying to get my turns in order before I.
Okay. So always plan out what you're going to do on your turn before it's your turn. But as far as the rolls go, wait for me to ask for the roll. So just roll one
I've
for
rolled
me.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 11 plus 8.
Oh, easy. Yeah, definitely hits. Roll for damage.
6 and 10.
Okay.
16.
All right. As you shoot this firebolt towards it, as it hits the glass, the entire part of the form, but as it expands, some of the shards you see just burn away and turn to sand underneath it. Before you see that blue pebble just falter and fall down to the ground, singed and blackened and burns to nothing. Before the glass shards.
Oh, here we go.
And I want you to roll a dex save for me, please.
Oh, one of those again.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been doing pretty good.
You've been okay?
Okay, 17 plus 1 again. So,
You succeed. So you take
I'll take it.
5 points of piercing damage.
5 points. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Have a long rest.
Is that all?
Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool. So Drimbar is up now, and Rayloff, you're on deck. As you hear Drimbar, we fight now, and he's going to slam one axe towards the husk in front of him. Remind me, enlarge. What does it give me?
Till the
Is it
spell
a
ends, the
D4?
target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapon also grows to match the new size, which is his wheelchair. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
Cool. Okay. So, yeah. So he's going to do one attack with the axe, and then the other he's just going to just rock his chair back and stomp the wheel down on him. So the first one with the axe.
It is his weapons. It's not just the one. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the axe itself misses as the large axe comes down, and the husk, albeit one arm broken and not there anymore, still just darts back and forth. The second one, the second attack with the wheel. Okay, there you go. Right, 19 to hit. That does hit. Okay, cool.
Yes, it's short.
Oh, I just got a 1 on that d4.
Oh, one's better than none.
12. So he does 14 points of bludgeoning damage, of chair damage to this husk. And as it does, you, Terra being so close, you see as he just drops the wheelchair wheel on it, as the glass does. And if the wheels weren't so big and bulky now, definitely would have punctured them. But you see the glass just, the shrapnel comes out, not affecting the wheel, before you do see a small little cyan blue pebble underneath just pop and disperse to nothing.
Yeah.
At this point, though, 2 rounds worth of shards just turn up to pop and begin to hurl towards him. So he's going to make a dex save.
I'll just move my sword for now.
Yep, that doesn't make it. The second one does, though. So the first one... oh, fuck, I dropped it down. Right, first one... Fucking hell. First one, he takes 18 points of piercing damage. The second one he does make, so it's half.
Is that halved?
Sorry?
Is that halved because of rage, is it?
As well.
Thank you. 18... 9.
I've had to write down.
Yeah, 9 points of damage. 9 points of damage for him. And on the next one, it was 6. Then it's into 3. There's 1. Wow, fucking so much reductions for Barbarian from Rage.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not as hurt as he could have been. But the husk in front is Dungeon Rings. It's gone.
Oh, DM, what about this one? Is that one still alive?
Oh, no, yeah, my bad. Thank you.
Is this one still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure.
And this one. Just about. Okay, that is yeah, that's Drimbar's turn over. He's going to stay where he is. Okay, Rayloff, you are up with Terra on deck. Rayloff, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna smack this thing with my mace.
Go for it.
There we go. Oh boy, that's 12. You know what? I'm just gonna use this inspiration to reroll that.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, you just get over what you need. So yes, roll for damage for me.
Haha. That's a 9. Bludgeoning. It's literally the lowest I could have rolled.
Well, lowest or not, you slam the flail against it, and it shatters again. Dex save for you, Rayloff, and Pop Pop. Pop Pop just barely makes it.
I am so glad I get advantage. I still don't make it. I'm pretty sure because I got 12.
No. Alright, so you
I
take...
rolled a 1 first one.
Oh, 19 half to
9.
no, yeah, because we're round down. 9, and then reduced to 4 because you rage.
No, I thought I didn't make the save.
You didn't make the save. Oh yeah.
So it's just 9.
Oh yeah, so it's 9. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, 9 points of piercing damage as the shrapnel hits against your attack. But you do see that small pebble just drop on the ground before the glass begins to hurl itself at you. So another dexterity saving throw, please, Rayloff.
Not the luck does not like me today.
I know when you get bad rolls, because when you get good ones, you're like, okay, and then like as soon as it's bad, it's like,
Okay.
okay.
Well, I rolled a 1, a 4, a 3, and a 5.
Yeah, it's not too great, but you get him out of the way now before you die. 9, 11,
Say that.
29 damage.
5 points in total of piercing damage to you.
Oh yeah, I'm really gonna die with that damage, aren't I?
Listen, it's not my fault you're a barbarian.
Oh, it's still right for so many.
Yeah. Okay. But Rayloff, you still have an attack left, and you do see that small little blue stone on the ground.
Punch it.
You
Not
just
stamped.
roll an unarmed strike for me.
It will die.
16. Oh wait, I get advantage, don't I?
Yeah.
24.
When it rolls a 1.
24, as you just like put the flail away for the second, you get both hands together and hammer fist it, and just, and slam both hands down, breaking some of the moss and the brick underneath, just, and the blue gem is no more.
Okay, so then I'm going. Well, here's an action. Here's a question. Can I use my bonus action to do 2-weapon fighting to hit the moss that's trapping the trapping Brawl?
You know about just the whole 2-weapon fighting for the bonus action offhand attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'll move here.
Yeah, because it's still an attack regardless against creature or vegetation.
Yeah, then I'll hit the.
I
hit
thought
the
the
thing.
2-weapon handing. What he's on about?
No, it's 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah. It's 2 weapons.
Mace and axe.
Okay.
Alright, so. Yeah, roll a attack for me, please.
Not with an 11, I don't think.
11 makes it for the moss as you slice just under Braum's back, and the moss just lets go and unfurls back to the ground. And you just hear Braum. Thank you.
I'll sort of just hold the hand out after that. I could not be able to help.
No, but he does grab and he just pulls himself up onto his feet, very lithe and agile. And you just hear him. I really appreciate it. And he kicks up his staff again.
Be the first time.
Alright, Tara, you are up.
Okay.
With
my
Braum
plan
and Gerald
was
on
to go
deck.
help. So that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The good part is I know that my dancing scimitar has the distance to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So for a fact, I know it will move to. It is. It will be on the right side.
Okay.
It's going to take an attack against it.
Go for it. Roll an attack for me.
It's got to bring it this side. 18.
That does hit. Roll for damage.
3 damage.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You see part of the midsection just be slashed as it. Gerald, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
20.
20. Alright, you succeed, so that is half damage on the shrapnel. I can't half 1, so 1 point of damage for you.
Make that 0 if you wish.
How dare you not half?
I know. Okay, Tara, what else do you want to do on your turn? As you see this part of the form just sends out some of the shrapnel, but then it quickly towards you. So roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Can do. 18.
That succeeds. So you take half. I fucking rolled a 1 again. So yeah, 1. You're not getting 0. 1 point of
1 damage.
piercing damage. Okay.
No problem.
What else would you like to do now?
With my action,
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to pull out my component pouch. A 7 sharp 4. Yeah. Okay, no, I'll say probably the twigs. So 7 small sharp sticks that I'll throw at the ground. It'll look like my bionic arm is going to look really like I threw it like a mile, but it's literally going to go and cough like I threw leaves.
Okay.
It's going to go about a foot in front of me, but it's going to like plant itself onto the ground and then raise little spikes underneath in a. I'm gonna have to do a circle.
Mm-hmm.
It says 20-foot radius. 5, 10, 15, 20-foot radius. Let me just shift that. Boring.
What would you like me to do?
Make it the bigger circle.
Yeah.
More closer to. So Gerald isn't in it, but it is. So it would have to pass really close
Like
towards
that?
Gerald's. Yeah. So at least it's got to go through 5 foot worth.
Yeah. Okay.
So using spike growth basically.
So what does does it as a save for spike growth on the initial cast? For any damage?
The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet he travels.
Nice. Okay.
It does say though, any creature that can't see the area at the time, which I'm assuming it would, it would have then had to make a wisdom perception check to see if it could recognise that the terrain's been changed to it being hazardous.
Right. I'll save that for its turn, if it gets there.
And that's all I can. In fact, I will use my movement. I just made it boring again. I move to the side, so if it comes to Morthos or me, it's got to move through the spikes.
Awesome. All right.
And it's Morthos.
At that moment, just as Braum latches onto Raylof's arm and pulls himself up, kicking up his staff, he turns around to the last remaining husk, and he just shouts over to you, Gerald. Hey, lover.
Yeah.
Are you going to clap when I'm done? And he's going to just charge towards the husk, just spinning the staff across from one half of his body to the other, and going to crack it.
Roll the one.
Which does hit. No, unfortunately, no ones right now.
You gotta hate those moments where you're going for it, story-wise.
Throws into the pond. Shit!
Oh fuck! As he cracks across the face, and the midsection just, and part of the head as well just cracks away. Because Braum has sprinted there, I'll say, you know what? Braum and Gerald roll dex saves for me for the shrapnel. Braum makes it, so he gets
22.
Both of you make it, so that is 3 points of piercing damage. Before the glass begins to hit Braum again for dex save. Makes it. Good. Half damage. 7, 3 points of damage. And you do notice though, as soon as the shards, you see that little blue gem and stone begin to drop to the ground, or just like kind of drop, but like get lodged in its lower half of the body. Before, Braum's going to just a wide like monkey swing his staff around and crack into his pelvis and legs. Okay, I'm loving. You know, I want to play this again. I like the hits. Okay. You see the entire, pretty much the entire form just gets smashed open with this last swing of the staff. Before, dex saves. Dex saves on both Braum and Gerald again, please. 15. Both of you succeed. You take 3 points of piercing damage each. Braum's looking really fucking hurt, but just in this moment, as the glass does go to hit Braum, he fails it. Fuck. He takes 17 points of piercing damage. That the glass, Braum, as the glass.
Wait, no, he doesn't. I want you to make a reroll. I'll use my second chronal shift.
Natural 20.
Yo.
Awesome. So that's 10 points done. Theron, again, in this moment, just you see Braum beginning to drop to the ground after this explosion of glass before you snap your hands again, and the body, and it quickly just rewinds before the glass, and only a few bits hit him, and the rest he dodges or just bounce off of him. And he looks down, and then looks over to Gerald. What's this last part? And he is going to just slam his staff down, because it is the killing blow. Slam his staff down, jump up with one hand on top of the staff, the other kind of bending the staff a little bit as he kicks off and just almost somersaults over the staff and landing on, like, pretty much on his butt, with both feet like heels slamming down onto the gem, and the staff making one large just clap and echo around the entire village before, as he just finishes, he just like lies on his side like a model and just looks to you, Gerald. Thank you.
And telepathy-wise, I'll be like, yeah, I used 2 chronal shifts on I'm not getting killed with the shards. You're welcome.
And you
Who was
just...
this to?
Was that to Braum or Gerald?
Gerald. Telepathy-wise.
And just right there, as Braum takes his finishing pose for Gerald and his final applause of the fight, and all of you look around and you see the village still overgrown and empty, but the husks defeated and no more within Weird's Whirl. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode and come back next week to continue on from there on your journey to Girolf. I do want to Theron.
Yeah.
I want
To fully heal me? No worries.
No, not a chance. But
It's withdraw.
I would, even if you haven't used it yet, I'd like to give you a point of inspiration for this episode.
Oh yeah, brother.
Because the uses of chronal shift, you learned how to use shield. And,
Yeah. I'll fight you for that one.
And it worked so well. And yeah, the chronal shifts were incredible. So yeah, and I just want to say to all of you, you guys are fucking awesome. I love this game and I love this campaign with you. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. It's awesome. But yes, to everyone else, we hope you really enjoyed the episode. We've had a nice little bit of fun. Some of us love combat than others, or more than others. A lot. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find out how close, or if we get to Geralt for next episode to face the potential ambush and or Midala Pike waiting in the wings. But with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you again next time.